I'm in out.
Hello, Pat.
Can you hear me there?
Yeah.
Good.
Just, I'm not really used to controlling this on the Mac to know how to do things like set the spotlight and all.
You're a bit low. Maybe it's my end, is it? Maybe I'm down a little bit, yeah. Okay. All right. Do I look okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
How's everything going?
Okay, you're a little bit muffled.
I could try to change the thing, but I haven't had a time to test this mic. This is the mic coming from the camera.
Okay.
Is it better?
Better when you're up like that, talking like that, yeah.
All right, I'll talk like that.
Yeah. Keep your head up. Watch
Yeah.
my sig when I put a hand up like that. Okay.
Hello, Erica. How are you? Can you hear me?
You're there, Eric. Okay. You can talk.
Okay.
Yeah, no, still can't hear you. You're still off.
Eric is on mute.
Mute, yeah.
All right, guys, this is streaming now on the other link. So can one of you guys go on to the Vimeo link and have that on one of your windows if you don't mind? because I can't put it, otherwise it'll get feedback in.
I'm on the Vimeo link.
Is it? Can you see it all there?
It's coming through. Yeah, I can hear it. Yeah, so it's the delay is there, isn't it? Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's good.
So who shall I make the host and the co-host?
You can make Alex the host and make me a co-host, please. Yeah, and Erica co-host if that's possible. If we want to share something.
All right, and then you're going to do the spotlight and all, aren't you? To tell which camera to come on and so on. Alec, do you want to put your mic on? All right.
There you go.
Still can't hear you, Alec.
Can you hear me?
Okay, we've got a couple of people on the waiting list. Shall I let them in or leave them wait?
Oh, leave them wait, yeah.
Let them wait. Let them wait.
Okay.
Alex, could you talk again, please? You didn't sound the best there. But you don't have to talk anyway, Alex, do you? No, I can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. I was just saying, no, I don't need to speak, but are the questions coming in the chat rather, right, today?
They'll come on both.
At the end, yeah, we'll have a questions and answers.
Well, they'll still do that. So, Erica, I made you a co-host.
Is this on Zoom?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. And Alec, I'll make you the host or the co-host. Alex?
I think so I just need to like let people in, or if people are waiting. So I think that's co-host.
All right. Okay, you're the co-host as well.
Yeah, I see it now.
So who's going to be sharing the screen?
At the moment, it's me. I don't know what's happened. Why? Pat, have you got some noise or something that's causing you to pop up on my full screen?
There's a server running here in the background. It's low hum. I'll turn down my audio a little bit. Okay.
No, don't turn it down.
I think we're hearing the Vimeo there. We'll have to get coming in there on Erica's speaker. Is that right, Erica?
Yeah, I need to fix that. Give me a second.
Okay, Pat.
Yeah.
I'm going to make you a co-host as well.
Okay, I've turned down the volume on my mic a little bit there. Am I still okay?
Yeah. The main other thing you need to sort out, Pat, is all of you should be able to record.
Okay.
So if you record locally, and I'm going to switch on the record so we can use it later on.
Okay.
All right. So if you guys also record locally, then later on we can reuse this and learn from it for our next events.
Only
Suppose
one
it's
person
already
can record.
No, once you enable it, it allows everybody to record locally on their PC.
It doesn't, Manoj.
No, it's telling me that it's already recording.
I'm recording here anyway, okay?
All right. Okay, Pat, fine. Okay. Sorry about that. It's
Okay.
when I went through the settings, it said allow other people to record. So
You can, but only one at a time.
okay. So we're pretty much ready. Shall I put the background thing to play?
Okay, yeah, I'll be back in a
And when
second.
do you want to let people in?
So Manoj, just checking. So you're going to have the slides. You're going to share the slides, and then
Yes, I'll do that.
okay.
What time was the invite to start? 7 o'clock.
7
7, yeah.
o'clock.
So we should wait until 7, right?
You can let people in before if you want to warm them up for a chat and welcome them.
2
It's
minutes
up to Erica
before.
to decide that.
Yeah, just like a couple of minutes before. Otherwise, it starts to get a bit awkward.
Staged.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, fine.
So Manaj, are you 007 today?
Why?
You got the
Oh, the spotlight.
thing on.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not my problem. My problem is getting all these windows and all sorted out. Okay, we've got 3 people waiting there. I don't know whether you want to send them a message.
We'll be back in a second.
Well, they know it starts at 7, and also if you let in sort of say 3 people, and by 7 o'clock there's still only 3 people or something, you have to be like, oh well, let's just wait for a little bit longer, and it gets
No,
a bit
I'm
awkward.
fine with that. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, if you want to let them know that we know, hopefully, because it doesn't allow you, unless you're doing a webinar or whatever, to have some background music.
Fine.
Where is my Zoom window going? Like, so we're now with 4 people: Lawrence Lone, Geraldine O'Brien, Ash, and helloguru.com. So how do you like this camera setup?
Very nice.
This other setup can go a bit. Shall I put the background music on then?
We don't need
Background.
it yet.
Hmm?
What's
Not
the
yet.
background music?
I'll show you. I'm trying to make it like RTE or BBC without a BBC budget. Huh? I mean, just imagine they spend 50 million a year just to run the BBC World Service TV channel, and that doesn't include the staff of journalist salaries.
Now you are using the updated slide deck that I posted in the chat, right?
Yes, yes. The only trouble is because I've only got 2 screens, it's a little bit messy. Normally I've got 4 screens and I can control it. With this new Mac, I've had lots of problems. So hopefully they'll forgive me with this setup. Anyway, we've got 5 people waiting. That's a good sign, isn't it? People coming early. Normally it's the other way around.
Okay. Do you want to let them in, Manoj? So
No.
No,
Well, Alec decides that he can.
not yet.
I
We
want to
get
talk.
anxious, you know.
When
Pat
did
and I.
Alex become the decision maker? I thought I'm the decision maker.
All right,
No.
sorry, boss. We forgot. I'm going to change your title to CEO. All right, Erica?
No. Chief
No?
Whip. We agreed my title is Chief Whip.
Chief Whip. Okay, you become political, have we? Keep everybody in line. Lose the
We
whip.
went live on Indiegogo today and we're having this event. Come on. The whip works.
Okay.
Where's the sound coming from?
You mean when I put the music on?
No, I mean I can hear some like chattering.
No. Unless you got crosstalk, it's none of us here.
Nope.
It might be the Vimeo. It might be the
The Vimeo.
Vimeo.
That's why I said what you need to do is go to the Vimeo and turn it. Pat, can you make sure you
Yeah,
can?
mine's switched off.
Pat, can you do that for yours, please?
Like on.
Can you hear you?
Yeah, I still hear it.
Well, mine doesn't have Vimeo on because I turn it off. Because if I do that, it starts recording from my Vimeo feed. It's
No, but there's someone has it not on mute. Oh, maybe it's me. Oh, it was me. I thought I had it all the way down, but it was like a tiny bit up. Just testing you guys. Just testing you.
just testing. 1, 2, 3. All right. I better get this other bit of technology up and running as well. I'll change the camera setting.
6.
Okay.
Okay. I just want to do one little test if you don't mind. Okay, I want to see what you guys end up seeing. Can I change this? Is the wireless camera coming on? Yeah. So is this camera better? Is this okay?
Yeah, I think the clarity is better.
Okay, well, this is coming out at 4K of a Sony DSLR camera set at the distance. Okay. We've actually got 3 camera feeds coming in here when we do the demo. Okay, we've got 6 people waiting. It's 5 to 7.
I vote we go.
No, Pat. Erica makes the decision. We've all agreed on that. I'm just giving her an update so that she knows how anxious I am.
We're all anxious. It will be fine.
Yeah, but you look so calm, Erica. And Alec looks so concentrated, and I'm freaking out.
We will all be fine.
Shall I send them a message? I'll say thank you for waiting. We'll
Yeah,
let
if
you
you
in
could do that,
shortly.
that would be great, Alec. Alex. I put the music on. So when
Yep.
they come in, the music is playing. You know, kind of like the news starting out.
You can do that.
Can I do that? All right, director, Mr. Producer. Does it not look great? What did you say?
It's awesome.
Do you know how many different, I have spent 400 pounds testing out so many bits of software and all, right?
I know.
Okay, this stuff is in prototype. It crashed badly 3 times today. And when I do the dual screen, so every time I'm discovering all the boundaries. I mean, this is pushing the top of the range Mac right at the edge. 9 people. Just so that you know, we have 126 booked in from Eventbrite. Alex, if you just keep them updated saying we'll be letting them in at 7 o'clock, and then when Erica tells me I'll play the music, so when we let them in, they come to the music. Is that
Yeah,
it?
I've messaged them all. I said we'll see them in a few minutes.
Oh, okay. So, does everyone feel comfortable with it? Are we happy with the lighting? Is my lighting okay?
Yes, it is.
I
Yeah.
don't look too sick or anything, do I?
No.
Because the trouble with this camera is it picks up all the flaws and everything.
You
What
look
flaws?
great.
I can't see any.
Yeah, being very polite. Maybe I should brighten it a bit. Is this color looking better?
Okay, are we ready to go?
Yep.
Manoj, you're going to start the music.
Producer Eric.
Let them in, Alex.
Okay, I'm letting them in.
Hi, everyone. Manoj is busy there at the moment.
Hello, everybody. How are you? Erica, would you like to start off?
No problem, Manoj. Are you going to be sharing the slides?
Yeah, just give me one moment to start up.
Hi, everybody. Sorry, anybody from any distant land here today? Erica is from the London, of course. I'm from Wicklow. Alex, you're from London also. Damien Kennedy, where are you from? Do I know you?
That's Farnham.
Oh,
How distance is that?
just up the road. And Kingsley, I've talked to you previously. You're from what part of the country? Can't hear you.
You're on mute.
Yeah. Hi, Kingsley. And John there, John Rankin. You're a Wicklow man. No? So,
Yeah, I'm from Wicklow,
yeah.
Newcastle.
Yes, I think I've come across you before previously. Very good. Yeah. Anybody from any? I see Tom Cleary there. Okay. I know just started screen sharing there. Just a second.
Okay. Everybody there?
All right. I see Bill Phelan there. I think, do I recognize you? Who else?
Right. Well, let's kick off.
Yeah. Okay.
Welcome, everybody, to our session on launching a product in the time of COVID. This is a very special project for Manoj in particular, but also for Pat. And we really hope that you will not only take our learnings, but also we'd love your feedback, not only on the process, but also on the product itself. We'd also at the end be just sharing with you our Indiegogo campaign that went live today. So we'd love your feedback on that. And of course, any help you can to spread the word to your network. So next slide, Manoj. What we're going to be covering today is just meeting the team. I'll introduce the team to you in a second. The challenges of launching the new product and how the team overcame it. We'll then do a quick demonstration of the product that was developed, and then there will be time for questions and answers at the end. In the meantime, feel free to put any questions you have in the chat box. We'll be monitoring that both on the Zoom, or if you're on the Vimeo, we'll be monitoring that as well. So that's what we'll be covering this evening. So starting off with introducing the team. So we're a very small, tight team. Our leader and CEO, we had a quick debate earlier about who actually owns that title, is Manoj Chola. Manoj has many, many years of experience in innovation, product design, product development, and has even won awards for some of his brilliant ideas. And this product indeed is his brainchild. Then our king of operations is Mr. Pat King himself. He is responsible for actually getting everything together and making sure we have the product in our hands, and he will tell us a little bit more about that. And then myself, I'm Erica Mackay. I've been just helping out on the marketing in the last few months. So to start us off and talk us about this wonderful journey that we've been on, I'm going to hand over to Manoj.
Thank you very much, Erica. I trust everybody can hear me. So let me take you through the challenge for any startup. We're trying to do more than just build a product. So the big challenge is when you come up with an idea, particularly with a lot of entrepreneurs, they experience some degree of pain and say, well, maybe it's more than just me, and maybe I can take this into market as a product. And then the big challenge is to find the relevance to the audience rather than just. And then the big challenge for all of us, particularly when a product has very wide usages, who is your target audience and how do you recruit your core team? So, it's all about people at the end of the day. And then we've been cogitating about what is the problem it's solving. Because when you look at this particular product and you see the history, you'll see that it's got a lot of different applications. And I'm sure you'll come up with many, many more. And then the big issue is, when is the market ready? And for me, when COVID started to come, I've been waiting since 2013, talking with developers. Everybody loved the idea, but the question is there enough pain for people to want to use it? And I think that the timing is right, and I'm hoping to get the feedback from everybody here and from the Indigo campaign to see if our timing and our market segment is right. And then the particular challenges for COVID is, how do you recruit a team remotely? How do you work remotely? How do you use the limited contact time you do have when it breaks open to actually go and meet people and give them product and see them use it? So in any business, timing is everything. And when is the right time? And you can look at Airbnb and Hurricane Katrina, Zoom. If you look at it, Zoom has come from nowhere, largely because of COVID. Of course, you had Skype and Team and Google Meet and all of those products, but Zoom particularly hit it on the usability angle better than anybody else. And their pricing model and so on, and the fact that they were 100% focused on it. So the challenges we had is, how do we get a core team together? And I'll take you a little bit through some of the challenges there, how we've gone about validating the idea. Because, of course, the biggest problem with us as entrepreneurs and all is you suffer from sort of a bias to say, of course, it's the right thing. And really, you've got to listen. And, Pat will tell you, when we went and did a couple of workshops early on last year, how everybody saw different things from it. And it is very much a case of blind men feeling different parts of the elephant, and one saying it's big, and another saying it's fat, another saying it's rough, another saying it's thin because it's touching the ears. And of course, the big challenge also is to get funding, particularly when the project doesn't have any IP strictly and you're really trying to build a brand. And we'd love your views on the brand name Openscreen as well, particularly when you look at the product and the successor products we've got planned. So what really is the problem? Now, for me, when I came up with the idea, the big issue has always been, I've always been a multi-screen person. So when I work remotely or I work with clients, how do I do a setup that doesn't clutter everything up with wires and power cables and big PCs to lump around and so on, okay? And then the biggest issue is really, who is the customer? Is it fashionable? Is it there? Photographers might want, gamers want a very high resolution product. Photographers want something with a very broad gamut. And those create big issues because everything is a trade-off between price, weight, size, performance, and figuring out that right trade-off to get this to the general market. And the only way really for us to test the product is to get it out to the market and now get the feedback from people, which is why we wanted to do the launch event with Indiegogo and with an event using the audience from LinkedIn. And also, I'm delighted to see so many of you are here at the moment. How many people do we have at the moment here? 41 on Zoom. Okay, so moving on. I'd like to share a little story with you.
Sorry, Manoj, just a second there. There's about 55 here. Your volume is a small little bit down there.
All right. Is this better, Pat?
It is, yeah, please, yeah.
All right. Thank you for that, Pat. So let me share this. This is one of my favorite films from Jobs, the movie. So a little bit of artistic license, and you'll see that every company has a particular moment which brings people to that story. And this is one of the reasons that Apple have always tended to go for an integrated product solution. Um,
Everyday person, the kind of person that's not an engineer or in a computer club like you, they're not going to know what the hell this is. The average Joe doesn't want to build their own computer. They just want to buy it.
Okay, so that was the moment that Steve Jobs had sold it. When the computer revolution started, it started with a lot of geeks in a computer club out in Silicon Valley. And Steve Jobs sells this guy 400 computers, and they turn up, and all it is a motherboard in a box. And the guy says, where's the keyboard? Where's the monitor? People want the whole package. They don't just want one thing. Um, so it's really until you get it in the market and then listen. So this is part of that next stage of the journey of taking the product and getting the feedback in the field. So, so the other big challenge that we've had, and this is the big challenge, is getting the right DNA. A project like this is not just about one person. It's about building a core team, not just about recruiting people with technical skills, building a company that's focused on learning rather than, because every time it's a new journey and it's a new set of things. So while we've hired external people to help with the video or the marketing or other stuff, and we've talked to a lot of people, it's also keeping a reasonably tight team that feel empowered to make decisions. Okay. So our focus is very much on being a product and marketing team and hiring everybody else in uh, on an ad hoc basis to keep it lean. So in terms of the composition of the team, what's been very important is that everybody in the team, when they choose a particular area to do, they own the problem, they own the decision, they make the decision. So you have to trust them. You have to feel they're committed because otherwise things will slip. You have to have open and honest feedback, right? And it's very much, as we discussed, about situational leadership. And it's about recruiting a board and a decision making. And of course, the chemistry has to be right. So, I mean, I originally met Erica on LinkedIn with a lot of other people, and I put in various ads you might have seen on my LinkedIn looking for a chief operating officer, etc., and interviewed and spent an awful lot of time talking to people, showing them the product, and so on. Because it's not like you're recruiting for a job to pay a salary. We're looking for people who are going to bring the DNA of the company together. So what I've been very clear about, and I think is that you work out what the cost of going back on your decision is. And at the moment for a startup, speed is more important than getting everything right. Okay. So there may be some decisions we have to backtrack on, but expediency is focused on doing the trade-off. Where there are certain decisions, we sit down and we do it in a group, and we have a team meeting every day at 4 o'clock. It's set in our diary. Um, so, Erica owns all the decisions, so I can plug in ideas and so on. But at the end of the day, it's Erica's decision on what we go with or what we don't go with. But the buck stops with me. If there's a mistake, it's all down to me. And really, it's about listening to everybody in the team and building a culture rather than I'm the boss or I am right. So a lot of the things we try to do is when you come to a large corporate environment, you've got your Outlook and your Slack and all the processes. But we're not trying to gel the processes right now. The processes are being made as they go along. So we're very frugal. We've got a very tight budget. The team is distributed. So we're building the processes and we're documenting as we go along, right? So whether it's how do we do a contract, how do we do a manual, how do we validate suppliers? And I'm sure Pat will cover a bit of that in his section. What we are trying to do is to avoid being a bureaucracy, right? So the processes are written and documented as they go along. And really, the most essential tools apart from Zoom is really WhatsApp and Smartsheet. So anything that happens, in sharing documents and all, only the bigger documents get emailed. So everything is literally decided on a daily basis. And so right now, our first thing was to get the Indigo campaign and then the rest of the marketing. And it's about recruiting the tribe and the supporters. So we really hope that, first of all, we really appreciate so many people coming on board. I mean, if there's 55 on that and 45 here, so almost 100 people. So we're delighted with this. And please look us up on LinkedIn, follow us up, and give us your feedback. Pat, over to you. Hello, Pat.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Speak up.
Thanks, Manoj. And Manoj, he didn't really emphasize that I haven't met Erica, and neither has Manoj met Erica, that we are really a remote team. So it is the way it works, and it works very well.
And Pat, also don't forget all the other people, Ollie and Sohail and all the other remote people.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, it's a multinational group. So we always need to, I'm in charge of getting suppliers and getting equipment. So we always need to build good relationships with suppliers. We need to know their capacity to produce and to deliver, and of course their quality control. So, and what is then their policy on returns and warranty, and it's all about building trust. Previously, when sourcing and evaluating products, I would have gone to trade shows, or I would find the product on the internet, and then I would meet the salesperson, get a demo, and visit the premises. If I liked the product, we would build a relationship and follow on from that. Now we have little possibility of visiting the suppliers, their factories, and their offices. We should do checks, of course, online. Very important to check the length of time in business, get references if can. And there are other things which we can control. And this is where we can improve our communication skills and our equipment as such in our offices. Of course, email and text, and as Manor's saying, WhatsApp are fine. Teams and Zoom call are great for getting a feel for the person, and I would recommend having conference calls. Use the video conference calls where you can, and use all the technical skills and equipment available to you. And this is an excellent way for you to showcase your team and demonstrate your skills. You also, on the flip side, you also see the capabilities of your suppliers. And we have had conference calls with suppliers, and their setup has let them down. For example, there in November, we had a Zoom call to an East European company, let's say, and they had bad Wi-Fi coverage. There seemed to be a lack of preparation. The Wi-Fi failed on their laptop, and then they had a video call on their mobile, and they were walking around, and it was not very, did not give a good impression at all. So you don't want to be in that situation. Whatever about the supplier, you don't want to give a bad impression. You want them to trust you, and to trust that you're going to be around, and that they want to build a relationship. Are they going to invest in you? Will they produce a custom build something for us here, and so forth? So, on the other side, we have to have a good home setup, remote office, or it is fairly easy to have a professional looking office. You need quality broadband, good lighting, and maybe with your broadband, it's best to have some backup too. I have 3 options for broadband, as a matter of fact. I have 5G from Imagine. I have this unit here, which is a SIM card unit from Vodafone, and it uses a backup. And also, of course, we've all got our mobile that we can use as a hotspot. You can also use this we have installed. It's another SIM card unit which can go high on the side of a building and give a good reception. Works well in countryside. We fit it in bad coverage areas. As I was saying earlier, good lighting is so important. This is so important to give a good impression and to give you, not that you're in the shadows. And a second screen is, again, great for improving your productivity. And of course, you can see the audience on it. I've got a second screen here. I've got 3 screens, as a matter of fact, and I can see the audience and I can do a lot of different things on it. So, especially if it's a touch screen, you can use it as a whiteboard, which is great for design stage of a project where you can sketch things out, and it's good for presentations too. And on that note, I was helping someone with a presentation last week on Zoom, and I was writing down the feedback. The audience then was watching this in the whiteboard and everything was going well. Then I had a power failure. So we try and cover everything, but I'm far from perfect. I don't know what we could have from backup on that, but you try and do your best anyway. Next, you have a good camera with good, and again, with good lighting. And remember, this is your shop window. Do you want to look like a Brown Thomas, or do you want to look like, again, to be in the shadows? A proper camera. And you can also use that to take product photos. We've had used that ourselves to make product, to make videos and so forth, and ads. Paying out to get a photographer and a videographer is so expensive, especially if you have to go over it over again. So you can use this to make a manual and help again advertise your product. And another thing is a green screen, of course, is quite effective too if you have to block off your back here. So those are the things to do. And finally, you need flexibility in your logistics. You need to be open to change. There are problems with deliveries at the moment, delays, of course, and we won't go into that, but it's best to have a backup plan in place. Have 2 or 3 suppliers if possible, and don't put all your eggs into one basket. So thank you. That's my words for the moment. I'll hand you over to Erica again there. Erica.
Thanks, Pat. That was great. So now I think I've got a few people messaging me. So we're all excited to actually see a demo of this product. So Manoj, are we ready for the big reveal?
Yeah, well, let me take you a little bit through some of the material that we put together and a bit of the history.
Great.
So from 2013, I started making the product, and I'll take you through some of the early prototypes we started with. So sorry about the mess and all, but this is what a workshop looks like. So we started with that. Then we started with some of the interns and all who helped me with it. And this is a little bit about the story there.
Hi, I'm Alexander, a customer success manager based in Dublin. Back in 2016, I was working on the early prototypes of Openscreen. This is what it looked like back then. And here it is in 2020, the final product. I use it with my Mac as a second wireless screen. It has great sound capabilities and it's really easy to take on the go.
So I hope this is getting you interested, curious. So first of all, let me just show you technically what the product looks like. So one of the big challenges we had when we were going through was trying to figure out the value proposition that would justify you buying a portable wireless screen. So we tried to put the benefits. So these were Erica's ideas. So give credit where it's due. By the way, if the video is crap, it's my fault. So hopefully that, before I go to the Q&A, I'm just going to do the live demo. So just bear with me while I stop sharing, and I will change the camera around. So just bear with me. I'm going to move to a wireless camera, and we'll show you the connection and the setup. All right. So this is the setup right now, as you can see, of me working. There's my Mac. This is Openscreen when it's connected and wired connect.
Manoj, I'm not seeing you there, sorry.
You should be seeing the screen, Pat.
Is there anybody else seeing it?
Pat, you can't see the PC.
No.
I see it.
Okay.
I see it. I see it.
All right, sorry. Okay, apologies.
All right. So if you have a look here, just let me turn off 1 moment. That may be causing. Oh, sorry. How do I turn the green screen? Okay, there we are. All right.
Much better.
Okay, my apologies for that. Okay, so if you have a look at the setup, normally you end up with all this tangle of wires here, as you can see. Okay, and this is Openscreen being used against a monitor. So it's plugged in there, as you can see, and it's got lots of different ports and connectivity, USB, Thunderport, HDMI. Here, I'm going to show you it connected wireless. My apologies for this. Okay. But nothing like a real live demo. So to go in there, if you have a look here, what you should be able to do is to see me going up onto the top, and there's a similar process, and you basically go to screen mirroring and you choose the monitor there. So I'm going to switch that on, and in a moment, sod's law, it'll probably not work now, but there we go. It's switching off, and there you can see. So I've got a wired monitor, and it's wireless. So just to show you just how portable the setup is, as you can see, no wires, battery and all, and it lasts the whole day. As long as you're using your PC, it will give you at least 4 hours live output. So that is the setup that allows you to do it. You can also, in the sideways connection here, connect your camera or whatever through the setup. You can even power your phone or whatever. And there's also touchscreen connectivity, which hopefully Pat might be able to demo. Pat, can I pass it over to you?
Yeah. Okay.
Can you share the screen?
Okay. Sorry, yeah. I'll just show you connecting. You can connect your Android or your iPhone to the screen wirelessly. You see here now, so you've got all your apps on the screen, if you can see it there. I know it's not, I'll bring it a little bit closer, but you have them all here. If you can just see it there, I'll just put it back up here, and I'll turn it so that the glare doesn't get you. You can go into any of your apps on this here, let's say Zoom there, whatever. You can type your emails, have a large keyboard, and it works very well. See all your apps here. This is a touch screen, so it really expands your phone into a 15.6-inch screen. You know, touch screen, which, you know, it's a massive phone you have here. You know, so it's an excellent. Some people say that you can use this instead of a laptop completely. You know, why do you need a laptop? You have such a powerful little unit here. If everything is on your phone, why do you need? You use a laptop because it has the large screen and it has all that available. But if you have this, you know, it's great for working with photographs too. You know, on your phone you have the small little screen and you're trying to see. I find deleting, you have thousands of photographs and you're trying to delete the ones you don't want. It's great for all that sort of thing, flicking through them all and you can see them all there. So that's one of the great uses of it that I see. Another use is, I'll just share a screen here with you. Again, I was saying to you earlier on about doing a presentation. I hope you can see this here. You can see my screen here I have here beside you. Can you see that? We can, you know, as I say, draw, do, you know, as I say, great in meetings, great to talk to people, great to discuss something or whatever, you know, and write it down as you're talking, you know. It's something that's missing from all these Zoom meetings is that people can have the flipboard. Well, this is your flipboard here, and you can use it as a touch screen, as a whiteboard. Very good for meetings. So that's my demo for the moment. Manoj, I'll hand it back to you there. Are you still there?
Yes, Pat, thank you. Do you want to just switch off the sharing, Pat?
Yeah, okay, we'll do it.
Okay. Erica, over to you. It's the Q&A section, I think.
Yes, there are some questions coming in, but perhaps just to start, it's just if anyone can think of other use cases for this, because what we've realized with people we talk to is that we're all quite singular and think about our own environment. When I first saw the screen, I immediately thought of my 13-year-old daughter. She's just turned 13, so she's at that age where she doesn't really want to hang around with mum and dad anymore. So she goes to hide in her room and watches movies on her phone. And for me, I thought, okay, this will be great for her because she can at least watch it on a bigger screen rather than, you know, straining her eyes on a little phone. And so that was my my mum hat, immediately thinking of how to use this. Another, again, from a parent perspective, is car travel. I know we're not doing that much yet, but I'm very positive we'll be traveling by car soon. And if you've got young ones and you want to put this in the back seat with them, you know, you can stream from your phone so you can control what they're watching. You can switch off the touch screen so that they can't actually fiddle and change stuff, because there's nothing more frustrating than when your 2-year-old actually learns how buttons work on computers and things and actually keeps flicking it off, so you have to pull over and change it. So those are just some ideas that from a parent I had. Then with my marketing hat, and this was also interesting, one of the things that I've done in my lifetime is shoot commercials. And when I'm working, and I'm the irritating client, but for videographers, etc., when they're working with a client who wants to know what's happening all the time, they often want to be in the studio. And this is a way that you can actually put them in a different room so that they're not making a noise, they're not actually affecting the shoot, but they are still able to see what's going on. And we were managed that way, but there were always lots and lots of wires to connect and to make sure that actually everything was set up correctly, and this would do it much more easily. So are there any other ideas that people have just looking at the product where they think this would be good? You can either type it in the chat or put up your hand and unmute yourself.
Erica, let me answer the questions about the range.
Okay.
One of the things that John and Alex have asked, it's up to about 30 feet. Okay, but I mean, you'd be comfortable with 15 feet. Pat, can you stop sharing the thing, please?
Okay.
Thank you.
Shame. Pat loves his white screen. He wants to show us his white screen.
Okay. So.
Okay, so we go through some of the questions then, Manoj, if no one else has ideas.
And can you also check out the questions on the Vimeo? Because if I put that on, I'll get the feedback loop because it'll start recording my screen.
Okay, so here's a question. Is it an invention that you're looking to patent, or is it patentable?
No, we went to the lawyers very early on, back in 2016. And basically, when you add different bits of technology, it can't be patented, which is why what we've done is we have filed for the trademark Openscreen, and we're hoping that we will get that next month.
Great. How does it match up to using your iPad on Sidecar with your Mac?
Very good question. The big advantage is that this is 1/3 the price of buying a 12-inch iPad. But the iPad, when you use it, our touch screen doesn't work quite the way as the iPad does, because the iPad is on the same node. So, but it really depends on whether you want to spend 400 or 500 pounds on that, or 1,200 on a 12-inch iPad. Okay, and remember, this thing works with iPad, Macs, Androids, everything as a second screen, Fire Stick. So really, you can pop it in the car, you can use it as a second camera, you can connect it to your camera as a feed. Has that answered your question, Jess?
Yes, thank you, Manoj, very clearly. Thank you.
All right. If there's any other questions, connect with me later on.
All right, so John has shared film and TV production as a use case. Absolutely. New question. What is the size and price range?
Okay, so the size of the thing, it's a HD, it's 15.6 inches diagonal. So if I just lift it up again, hopefully the green screen won't stop it.
Pat's lifting it up. It's okay, Manoj. Pat's doing the viewing for us.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Pat. So it's 15.6. So it's bigger. It's comparable in size to getting a 16-inch Mac.
I know we're going to talk about our price range in a moment, so we'll leave that to the end.
Yeah, I'll let you cover that, Erica.
Right. Can you use a stylus pen on the screen to take notes if you're using it as your second screen with your phone?
Pat?
Unmute, Pat.
Pat, you're muted.
Yeah, you can indeed, yes. I've got, everything here is touch screen, as a matter of fact. You can, and when you're touch screen, you can use to take notes, of course, yes.
You can't use it as a touch screen because of the limitations with the Mac. So just to be clear on that, the drivers don't support that at the moment.
So on the Android it will. Okay.
And the PC.
Yeah, of course, on the PC, as we demonstrated earlier, yeah.
Okay, so here's a question. I'm on an extremely small desk, no space left or right. So my second screen is above my laptop, a normal screen on a stack of books. So an elegant stand that can be raised would be nice. Pat, this
Well,
is you, I think.
we have looked up, we have a couple of stands. Um, and the other one that you saw me running the screen on, if you want, I'll connect the camera. So you can get those elevated stands. We have that. So it basically adds, we can show the photo, but yes, we will be adding that as a extension product to buy with it.
But it does come with with its own inbuilt stand. Right?
Yeah, but he was talking about the limited bandwidth, Pat. So
Okay.
what he wants to do is to put it up so it's light enough for you to put on a reasonable stand that's available on Amazon, and we're looking into that. Pat is checking out suppliers.
Can a whole classroom use it where the teacher is the controller and the screens can be used for inputs? That's an interesting one.
Remember, it's in inverted commas a dumb screen. It's not a second thing. But what you can do at the moment, all these things are driven by standard protocols on Mac and all, and no device allows, unless we have a product that we're looking into to design that will allow multi-screen wirelessly. But the limitations on Macs, on PCs, on iPhones, Androids, is they only support a second screen, 1 second screen, right? But what you can do is you can toggle. So if you have 12 people in the class and they want to project onto that, then you can toggle between screens. Does that answer the question?
It's a mark from Vimeo with that question, Manoj, so I'll see if he responds.
Okay. So, I mean, you saw there, it literally just, to set it up, you literally just go up to the sidecar or on Windows and tell it to connect to the monitor. So you connect the monitor to whatever network you're on, and then it's just 2 clicks, right? And we will actually be producing a whole range of video guides. That's one of Pat's objectives this month for the rollout, to document everything on video.
So I think that answers the next question, which is how easy is it to use for non-technical people? I can say that I am completely non-technical. In fact, anyone who knows me knows I probably ran away from anything technical, and I was able to set it up myself. So that is definitely very easy to use.
So,
and my learning curve was 15 minutes. It wasn't long at all.
Pat, you might want to follow up with John on the retail supplier for stands. And yes, you can use it as a screen at the front desk. In fact, it's a great use. You could actually, if you got a PC-based system for a till, EPOS, or whatever, you could actually just hang this monitor to give the customer access to the screen. Travel agents, what a great idea. Pat, think about that, going to travel agents and all, rather than on banks, rather than rotating the screen, they could just put it as a second screen to mirror it. That's a great idea. Thank you, Grafton43.
Right, so we're all chomping at the bit, Manoj. Shall we do the reveal on the offer?
All right. So
thank you, John Cashman, for your great idea.
Okay, so Erica, you might want to put that link also on the chat, please, on both the Vimeo chat and the other one, so people can go there directly.
Will do.
And if you don't mind sharing the screen, why don't you just show people the site that you made, if you wouldn't mind? So tell me when to stop sharing and you can take control.
Just give me a second. You've surprised me. Let me just get the link up and then I can do that for you. So do you want to talk about why we went Indiegogo?
Well, when we went and talked to a lot of crowdfunding, and we talked, I also ran the crowdfunding meetup. So I went to a lot of people and they said that Indigo was actually better and faster. So, I mean, that doesn't mean that it's not a lot of pain. I mean, Erica has been a saint in getting us live. So, you know, big credit to Erica for the presentation and all the hard work that you're going to see on the slide on the Indiegogo website. Can I stop sharing the screen? Are you ready to put the link on the chat, Erica, and then take us to the screen?
Yeah, I'm not ready with the link yet. Give me 1 second.
If anyone else in the meantime wants to pipe up and speak, by all means, go ahead.
All right, well, why don't I just share the screen and we can go through that. Okay. Sorry, not technical, as I said. Am I sharing the right screen, Manoj?
Yes, you are.
Okay, good. So this is our Indiegogo site. It went live this morning. I will let you all play around, and we already have our first backer, Manoj. How exciting is that?
Well,
so we put in a little supporters club. There's quite a lot. All the questions that you have about the screen are here, but these are the perks. So the opening starter price is $349 for one of these great screens. So that's a 30% reduction. You can also, the early bird one will come with a stand and a bag. So we have put in this lovely portable stand that can help you. So if you get in fast, you can get the early bird. And then there's more discounts if you see multiple uses. Mainly we were thinking if people want to surprise their teams. Oh, Pat's showing us the great stand that comes with the early bird offers. Very portable, and you can put this up everywhere. And yeah, and there's some lovely offers. For tonight, the link that I promise put in the chat in a second, will then send you to a secret perk, which gives you an additional discount of £15. So for all of you wonderful people who attended tonight, thank you for your support, and we will send you off. It's a secret one, so that's why I can't show you, because it's secret. But this is our Indigo page. Please, we'd love your feedback. We had great fun putting this together. Manoj and Pat love doing videos. I don't. So we had fun having that argument. So we think there's lots of use cases for it. So we hope, oh, that's showing us the little stand in its bag, so you can see just how portable that is. So please share with your friends, and we hope we have your support, but also any feedback is either on the process we followed or on the product itself would be really valuable to us.
And please do share it with your friends, right? Help us build a movement for this, because I think it will help everybody who's working from home. That it's very easy to put away at the end of the day, you know, because you're working in your dining table, your kitchen.
So there's a question about security, Manoj. That's actually a good question. How do you prevent others from sending stuff to the screen?
Well, when you connect to the screen, it's connected to your network. So you have the same issue when you connect with any device, when you're projecting onto using this. You know, it's exactly the same if any of you have a smart TV and you're projecting your screen or your Android phone onto the smart TV, or projecting onto Apple TV. It has the same protocols.
You'll find that you can't do it. I've tried it. Okay.
So I've copied the link into the chat. This is the link to the secret perk. So that gives you an additional discount. So feel free to use that or share it with your friends. Can you connect to it when there's no Wi-Fi?
You can connect directly because it uses wireless protocol. Your device has to be Wi-Fi enabled, but yes, you can connect directly with the device.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you have peer-to-peer and general stuff, so that's how it works, Alex.
Yeah, it uses Wi-Fi direct and Bluetooth combination of both. So they're proven technology, and you know
They're just standard protocols from the standard operating system. It's not any extra workaround.
Right. So if there are any more questions, let us know. Otherwise, thank you so much for all your time this evening. Pat, any last words to share?
No, thank you again. Thank you. It's great to see so many people turning up for this. It was great to see you all, and to make contact with people that I haven't talked to for a long time. It's great. Thank you all for coming along, and hopefully this will grow, and it will grow because it is a good product. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, thank you very much, everybody. Really appreciate your support. And if you got any stuff, please do connect with me on LinkedIn. I'll also put my email here if you want to write anything to me directly.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good evening.
Take care.
Thank you.
Stay
Thanks
safe.
very much, everybody. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Can somebody save the chat? Pat, Manoj, I don't think I can.
We'll save it automatically on the network when I end it.
Okay, great.
But I mean, when you're saving it as well, it should save it, but probably doesn't do any harm to save the chat separately. Do I save the chat too?